Everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back. We're doing a best of three Zendikar Rising draft. Rare is Skyclave Shade. I've played against this card a lot, and I feel like I've never gotten a chance to play it, so we'll take it. It's probably, it's obviously playable in any black deck. At its best, I would assume in like a Golgari counters deck, because it gets counters when you kick it. Good beater. You're always happy to have it trade, because you can just play it again. So, good card. Otherwise, Emiria Captain, great party pick here. Mara Wizard, good spell land. And Vanquish the Weak, playable removal. Fissure Wizard, playable for party or wizard decks. And that's about it. Nothing else super exciting in here. Reclaim the Waste, maybe, to help fix. Or just get kicker value. Either way, we'll take the Shade. All right, follow-up pick. Well, in black we have Dreadworm, Skulker, and Oblivion's Hunger. None of those are exciting. I think the best card's probably Merfolk Falconer. There is Turn Timber Symbiosis, which I guess would put us more towards a Golgari path. A land, or it can be a creature in the late game. Not bad. If I'm playing Dimir, it'd be rogue colors with two pretty non-rogue cards. I mean, Falconer's going to be playable for any deck anyway. Any blue deck, I should say. I'm kind of okay taking this. It still works for the Golgari counters. Overall, it's probably less good than Falconer, but I haven't played Golgari counters in a while, so I'm okay taking the spell land. See if it pans out. Okay. Well, can take a Veteran Adventurer here. Could also end up in a party-style deck, I guess. Otherwise, Skydancer flies, which is good. It's also Flash Blocker. Probably. I mean, I guess I'd prefer to take a. Black card, because I think our Shade is probably better than the Symbiosis. So Spellcraft in here. Or Felidar. Junk counters. I guess it's probably the Adventurer. It's tough to go wrong with a 5/5 Vigilance. Just doesn't really work too well for this style of deck, but that's okay. So here, best card. Maybe the Felidar. Champion for Warriors. Could take a Mind Drain. Mind Drain's a good card. It's not at its best in a deck like this. There's also a Bind Veil spell land. I mean, we could take the Felidar. It's going to be at its best in a green-white deck, I would think, with the ramp capabilities. Scale the heights, some counters. Maybe we take the Felidar here. It does seem like it's probably the best card in this pack. Omnath, huh? Well, we could take it. We're going to need some fixing to make it work, but otherwise the next closest thing is Dauntless Survivor to put us back on the... Oh, you can also... What's kind of cool is you can get Omnath off a Turn Timber Symbiosis. That is actually kind of cool. We could try it. We're going to need green fixing or it's not going to work out. Or Skyclave Relic. I mean, no one takes Skyclave Relic, so that would be a way to play Omnath as well. You know, we're on draft number, whatever it is, 60-something. We can try it. I don't see why not. I bet y'all are at least interested to see what Omnath is like in Limited, so okay. So we'll probably go for some sort of landfall build. I mean, Veteran Adventurer is good, but it's really not good if you don't have other class cards. It probably makes more sense to take the Nectar Pot here, since we want to be in more of a landfall deck anyway. Even though it's obviously much weaker than a Veteran Adventure. We really want to buy some time. Unfortunately, this pathway might actually be the best pick if we want to make Omnath work. We're going to need fixing. That's true. Okay, we'll take the fixing. All right, Florahedron's good. Reclaim the Wastes might be wiser, though, for Omnath. We're going to need as much fixing as we can possibly get if we realistically want to make Omnath work. So I think we'll take Reclaim over Florahedron, despite Florahedron being better. We'd probably want the Blight Blades, too. Shade just might be out. Well, at the very least, we're building something interesting, so I hope that's good news for y'all. Well, Horn Beetle would be good for the counters deck, but we could take the Fortification as well. Blightblade might be wisest as it buys us time. It also makes Veteran Adventure cheaper. Not that that's super important, but... Or we just take a spell land. I feel like Blightblade's going to be important for a deck like this. We just don't want to get rapidly beat down. We need some early trade fodder. Another Reclaim. Well, that's good news. Omnath's rapidly looking more realistic to play here. We'll figure out our second color. I'm assuming it's white still. And then we're probably just splashing, I guess, blue and red. Alright, got another chance to get the Adventure. We do have the Blightblade. Or we take the Nectar Pot as more cheap life gain. I mean, Veteran Adventure is going to be better if we end up with more class cards. Yeah, alright. I mean, I was going to take Nectar Pot before, but this isn't uncommon. It's a pretty strong card. It's got Vigilance. It really can't be overlooked. I guess we take a Riptide here. It's a blocker. We're probably in blue anyway. Adventure awaits. Well, it helps us find Omnath. I guess so. Otherwise, Scale the Heights. It's good with landfall. That's true. But I probably want to find my Omnath. Alright, Dauntless Survivor. Last pick, Nectar Pot. Well, we got it back anyway. How's that? So, Leyline Tyrant, obviously good, but... I feel like we're not realistically getting double red in this deck. Although we have Reclaimed the Waste, we could just get greedy. It's not even really greedy, actually. We could end up green-red, splash white-blue. Yeah, I don't see why not. There's nothing else in this pack that's, like, crazy good for us in other colors. Am I taking a Binding? I mean, I'd rather just have a Tyrant and be able to finish the game. Stomper in green, Mitamoros is fine, a Falconer in blue, but Tyrant's clearly the best card, even when you're 4-color, just a 4-mana, 4/4 flyer. Double red's not going to be easy, I admit, but we'll at least consider it. Colony Ambush might be what we're looking for. Lull Mage's Familiar is cool, but I still think it's wiser to focus on 2 colors. We'll get the Wildfire back, actually, and that's going to help us. Yeah, that's good. So we'll wheel the Wildfire. And then this deck might actually work out pretty nicely. It's also Bubble Snare in blue, but I think because of the Tyrant, we'll probably focus on red. Either way, we're going to definitely focus on green, because primarily we're green. So we'll take the Ambush, get a removal spell. That's also a land. And figure this out. Alright, another Blightblade is an option. We're taking a blue card regardless. There's also Gnarlid Colony. With double Veteran Adventure, I'm a little more on board with just taking cheap little Blightblades. Just getting early protection, life gain, buying time until we get Tyrant online, Omnath, Adventurers. Yeah. So we can get to those Reclaim the Wastes. I think the game plan is there, so... Well, good choices here, too. We can take the Fortification. We've got 10 creatures right now. We got Nectar Pot last pick last time. Realistically, we could do it again. We can take the Scythe Cat. There's Ascetic. And Spring Mantle Cleric. So We could hope to get the Nectar Pot back. Maybe just take the Fortification. Spell land, that can be a combat trick. I mean, Scythe Cat's a good beater too. But I'll take the spell land. Throwing a McKindy. Well, how much kicker do we have? Pretty much none. A couple, but not enough. Can take another Adventurer. Or we can take another Blightblade. Well, we have a Survivor and we have 2 Blightblades, so maybe we can take... We're in a little bit of a weird spot, because it's like, I want to... I don't know what our second color is either. I mean, we can maybe just be primarily green. Green Splash Omnath. I suppose it's possible. Alright, we'll take the Adventurer. Rabid Bite, I think you gotta take it. Especially with double Blightblade, we need the removal. Another Blightblade, yeah. I don't see why not. Our late game is in order, so let's just get our early game lined up. Can take another Survivor, or we can take the Kite Sail. Kite Sail lets us fly over top, which is good. Survivor is good because it makes our 3 Adventurer cheaper. I think that's probably smart. It also can like turn a Nectar Pot into a 2/4 blocker, which is pretty good. Alright. Can take the Stomper. We don't really have any ramp though, and we have enough in-game. But we don't know what our second color is yet either. We're not sure if it's red yet. I just assume it's red because Tyrant. Could play Familiar. But Wildfire is really good with Omnath. Besides fixing for Omnath, if you already have Omnath out and you play Wildfire, you get like double ramp. I think we'll take the Wildfire. We'll try it. Alright, got the Baloth here. That's a great card. Nectar Pot, number 2, or we take the Ascetic. Ascetic, I guess, makes Veteran Adventure cheaper. It gains life, too. I'd probably play it over a Stomper, I guess. Might be smart to play some class cards for triple Adventure. It's quite the deck. Spare supplies, okay. So we kind of already have a deck already, which is nice. Last pick Moss Pit Skeleton. Interesting. Thundering Spark Mage. Well, kind of interesting. Seeing as we do actually have some other class cards. Put us in red. Or we just take another Colony Ambush. It's only okay with the Blightblades, because you end up losing them, but we probably just take it anyway. At this point, we basically already have a deck, so why not? Take another free spell land. It's certainly good with Veteran Adventure. I think there's a decent chance we get the Reclaim the Waste back, too, which would, I guess, allow us to get some more fixing for Omnath. I think we'll get it back. So Visionary is definitely good. Otherwise, Bubble Snare. Double Blue is going to be a little hard. I mean, Double Red's going to be hard too, but I'd still probably... I think Tyrant's better than Bubble Snare, so... Alright, let's take the Visionary, I think. It's just a random... It's also a Wizard for Veteran Adventure. Yeah, it's just the smart pick. Could take the Brute, but I think Visionary's better. We want to play a lot of lands too, so... Alright. Well, another Visionary seems fine. Probably get the Snarecaster back, which I might even play. With triple Veteran Adventure, I'm kind of digging this. Stomper is good with our Omnath and such, but... Unfortunately, we don't really have a way to get extra lands out. We just have the Reclaim. We don't have actual put multiple lands in play cards, but it's not a huge deal. So Pack Beast is a 2-drop that makes our adventures cheaper. That's true. Or we could just take the Snarecaster because it has reach, which is sometimes good. It's our only. It would be our only rogue. I feel like a 1/4 reach for our deck is probably better than a 2/1. Could also just take the Scythe Cap, but I think we actually oddly want class cards. So we can take another Ascetic, or we can take the Gnarlid Colony. Ascetic's nice with the life gain, and it's a fine finisher. Maybe we cut non-class cards. With triple adventure, it kind of makes sense. I mean, those are some of our main win cons. All right, we can take the Blightblade. Got 4 of them? That's a lot. Or we take Broken Wings for sideboard. I feel like 4 Blightblades could make the deck, though. We'll figure it out. Rootgrazer, I mean, obviously we take Rabid Bite here, but Rootgrazer would be a way to actually do something with Omnath. Get multiple lands a turn. But that's okay, we'll easily take Rabid Bite there. So Ascetic number 3. I suppose it's a lot, but I think we'll play a lot of lands. Actually, probably take the Spikefield Hazard. It makes more sense. We got the Reclaim back. We might even play 3 of those. I don't know yet. Scale the Heights lets us play additional lands, I guess. Or Horn Beetle. We don't have a ton of counter stuff anymore, though. Or we take a Brute to get another Warrior. That might actually make sense. I mean, we may not get the Omnath synergies we're looking for. I guess I can take it now. But I don't know if it really matters. If I'm just playing a land and gaining 4 life every turn, that's also very good. And I guess Cleansing Wildfire also does synergize with Omnath. So we got the Scythe Cat anyway. And a Gnarlid Colony, which is totally playable. Broken Wings for sideboard. All right. Just a weird deck here. I mean, we could easily play mono green splash Omnath here if I really wanted. But I don't know if we need to. Whoops. Accidentally took out the pathway. So got a Symbiosis. We have double Colony Ambush, Basswood Fortification, Spikefield Hazard. So we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spell lands. So 11. We probably want to play, I don't know, 18 or 19 lands. We've got 21 creatures, so we can pretty easily cut some of those. I suppose we can cut the Snarecaster if we want. Nectar Pot doesn't really contribute to the plan super well other than gaining life, but not that gaining life's bad. It's probably a good plan for us, but I feel like I can cut it. Adventure Awaits, I feel like we probably just don't have space for it. It is nice for finding creatures, but ultimately unnecessary. Might even be able to get away with 17 lands. I suppose we probably cut a Snarecaster. I can sideboard into it. With triple Reclaim, we probably just run, you know, 1 white, 1 blue. We have the blue already. So 1 white mana with triple Reclaim. Yeah, we can easily find it. So 3 more cuts. Maybe quad Blightblade is excessive. Maybe Scale the Heights is... It's cool. It does work with Omnath, but... Like I said, if I'm just playing lands... Like if I play this as 4 mana, draw a card. Whenever I play a land, gain 4 life. That's pretty good. We're often going to be able to play Adventure for like 4 mana too, which is really good. We probably can play 1 more land and call it good too. Like I do think we can play 17 lands and be okay with triple reclaim, because then we still have 20 cards that find us lands. And we don't need to kick this card either. Like obviously we want to find both for Omnath, but we don't have to. If I'm mana starved or whatever. So probably just 1 more cut and call it good. Could be the Brute. Or it could be a Survivor. 3/3's often better than 2/2. But this is a little more versatile. Gnarled Colony is definitely versatile. Gnarled Colony Dauntless Survivor is good synergy though, because you can stick this on a Veteran Adventure and give it Trample. Trample Vigilance. Stick it on an Ascetic. Stick it on a Baloth, yeah. So I think it's Survivor versus Brute. And it might be Cut the Brute. So this is only 17 lands. But like I said, we're basically mono green. We have the means to splash Omnath pretty easily. We have Reclaim the Wastes, which are essentially lands. So really we're playing like 20 lands. This is probably fine. I think we do it like this. So obviously primarily green. We probably just need to run 1 white. If we get it milled, I guess we're in trouble. And then we run 1 blue. Even though we already do have a blue, but we want to be able to find a blue too. And then I guess we want to play Leyline Tyrant, so we probably want like maybe 4 more red. And then if I play 5 green, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green. I think we run 1 less red. We do 1 more green. So then we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 green, 4 red. All right, I think we'll probably run it like this. Interesting deck. We'll see what we can do with it. Trying out Omnath here. So, all right, we'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. All right, round 1, we'll play first. Yeah, it's a keep. Good hand. I think I'm actually going to put the counter on the Survivor. Does leave our Blightblade vulnerable to Subtle Strike, but this is probably okay. Interesting choice. Visionary's a good draw. So I think we'll play the Baloth probably. Oh, there goes Omnath. That's cool. Let's do, suppose we don't really need the white anymore. Definitely going to get the red. Maybe we just get 2 red since we can't play Omnath anymore anyway. And it works better with the Leyline Tyrant. Leave the Blight Blade back to block the Blight Priest. So now we can go... Oh, that's cool. You can just go Tyrant and Rabid Bite. Can I go Visionary plus Adventure? I think that's 7 mana, so we're gonna be light on that. I think we just play the Adventure. And just... Well... Could kill their flyer, actually. Probably makes more sense. This way, if they have more removal... I'm going to leave it back, because I feel like they likely have some removal, but... Alright, so now we can go... Yeah, we can go Visionary plus Adventure, which is pretty cool. I think, right? Or not? 4... No, I guess I can't. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. Well, that's alright. It's a strong one. See if we find that removal. Sidecat's a good find too. So they need 2 more blockers here. So we did get Broken Wings, which is good news, because even though it's the only target we currently saw for Broken Wings, Felidar Retreat's just so strong, you really don't have a choice, but you have to do it. So they did actually get enough blockers, but we still prevailed here, so... Alright, so we'll bring in the Broken Wings, that much is obvious. They've got some early beats stuff, too. I'm kind of wondering if I want to maybe ditch like Wildfire, even though it's obviously cool for fixing and good with Omnath, but I think we're more interested in like Snarecaster could be good, but their late game is going to be pretty solid with the Felidar Retreat, so we're pretty... Like, I almost want to bring in, like, Spare Supplies and get more card advantage. I feel like card advantage is going to be important in this matchup. But... Because I'm not going to be able to beat them down, but I can outlast their removal. But I can't outlast the Felidar Retreat, so that's the tough part. Yeah, like I'm thinking maybe bring in spare supplies, which is weird, but just extra card draw could be valuable. Outdrawing them to overcome their removal. Find our, find more of our late game. And they do mill, so we could lose our white source and be able, not be able to play Omnath, but I don't really want to bring in another white source either. So yeah, I can bring in spare supplies and basically maybe cut like a survivor. We don't know if they have subtle strike yet either. I'm going to try it. I'm going to get some card advantage. See what I think. I had 1 second left. Like I said, I can't outlast their Veldar retreat, but we have the answer for it. I think we keep this. It's a hard hand not to keep. All right, so we might actually want to play the, although it's, yeah, actually, I guess we play the fortification. We might end up playing Symbiosis anyway, but we'll see. So next turn we can play the Scythe Cat, and then we can play the Reclaim the Waste. Well, Fearless Fledgling is a pretty good one. We might actually have to Broken Wings that. They missed their land drop. All right. Well, that's good. Oh, not this time. I'd probably attack with Banneret too if I were them. Alright, so they got a lot of flyers there. Gnarlid Colony. Best use of mana here is Reclaim the Wastes for a blue, and then Broken Wings their Fledgling. I think I'm okay with that. So that's cool. Now we can 4 drop the colony. We're actually pretty close to Turn Timber Symbiosis now. We're just a land away. We have Veteran Adventure next turn. That makes sense. Rabid Bite's cool too, so I think we'll just do the adventure though. Best use of mana. We're still kind of handily winning the race. Baloth's cool too. Yeah, we can Baloth plus Rabid Bite, so probably eat the... I guess it just makes sense to eat the Felidar. It just makes it so they can't even block. Alright. We'll see you for round 2. Alright, round 2, it's a good keep. We've got Blade Survivor. Our adventure is going to be 4 mana. You can even kill the Ruin Crab, which is nice. So we're going to nip that Ruin Crab in the bud right away here. Don't want to deal with that. We are missing a land drop now, so we've got 17 plus the Reclaim the Waste, so not bad. Oh, Cleansing Wildfire. Well, kind of works, I guess. Yeah, we probably Wildfire because it potentially finds us a land. So I guess we'll blow up our green mana to find another green mana. Alright, so we did find a land, which is good news. So we kind of needed that. We don't want to fall too far behind on lands here, so alright, well, that's a way to do it. And now if we get a land, we can at least go Scythe Cat land. Could have played the Survivor there to make our adventure cheaper, I guess. Might have been smarter, especially now that we see they've got a Falconer there. But I guess we just go Survivor. Get in there. Ascetic could do some work for us here if we can get to 5. Oh, there's Omnath. So we'll play the I guess best use of mana. We're so mana starved that it makes most sense to just get out what we can. Like, if I played the Blade, I would have been able to play the Adventure the next turn if I rip a land, but I think I'd rather just do it like this. So, we still have Colony Ambushes, so I'd probably play the Blade now, I guess. I would have definitely attacked with the Skulker there. I wouldn't want my opponent to have... how do we get 9 cards in our yard? They only milled us once, right? So, I guess we get the blue mana here. And probably play the Visionary because we need to find an answer for the Falconer. Well, there's our Colony Ambush, so we can kill the Falconer if we can live. No, they wisely took out what they needed to there. So we can reclaim, but we can't do the Omnath, so guess we just go to the next one. So Broken Wings actually looks good. We have a Relic Golem and Falconer that we can kill with it. Other than that, they're kind of just like a rogue deck. How much mill did they show us? They showed us Rune Crab, Relic Golem. Yeah, I might want to include one more white. I don't want to, but I feel like it could hurt us if we don't and we lose. Because now at least we have 2 white, 2 blue. So even if they mill 1, we're not just completely out. I don't like dropping another green mana here, but I need double red, so... And I still have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green. Hopefully that's enough. So we want the Broken Wings. I think we can drop the Wildfire again. Snarecaster can't block the Falconer anyway, so probably don't want to do that. Survivor's basically just in here to make the Adventurer cheaper. I could do what I did last time too, drop it and bring in spare supplies. It just helps us find, because they have a lot of removal too, so kind of offsets their removal, helps us find our life gain, our Omnath, our card advantage is good, I think, in a matchup like this, because they're not gonna hyper aggro us. They have to set it up, so I'm kind of okay with doing this again. We're not gonna beat them down. I think we can win in the long game, but we need to be able to get there. All right, we'll try this. I still like the Blight Blades. They seem kind of important, even though my opponent's got spot removal. Our entire removal suite kind of hinges on having creatures that can kill my opponent's creatures. So, yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this. It's okay. The adventurers are a little bit less good looking here, but it's still a keep. Probably want to kick the Reclaim the Wastes as soon as we find a second color here. Oh, there we go. That's good. It's a nice way to deal with I think I actually have to play... I don't have to play the Ambush, but I think it's in our best interest to play the Ambush as a land, I think, because now we can at least get the Sidecat guaranteed next turn, which I think is pretty important. So, I guess we... I guess we don't attack. Well, I'd rather them do it there than... This makes our adventure more expensive, but I also just don't really want to take 3 damage there, so... So, we'll get... This is tricky. Because we only have green right now. We took out our Wildfire, too. We need double red for Tyrant. I wonder if that means you just go for double red. Because we're going to need another Reclaim anyway. You know what? I think we just do double red, as odd as that might seem. because it lets us play the Tyrant. And like I said, I need another Reclaim the Waste anyway to even play Omnath, which we don't have, so this seems fine. Oh, that's a cool draw. So I can play Turn Timber Symbiosis, which is kind of cool, but I think we'll just play the Adventurer they know about. I'm willing to trade my... I mean, we have more action. I'm willing to make this trade. This already gained us life, so it's okay. I suppose we want to play around Mind Drain, so maybe I... Well, I needed to play the land in order to play Symbiosis, but now we can sandbag land since we can play everything in our deck. So one card left. Ascetic's a good draw. We'll do the Adventure, I think, first. Even though the Ascetic makes it cheaper. I'd rather have the Vigilance. Yeah, I'm going to go for the Omnath here. I feel like it's pretty important now to get that life gain going. So we did get Omnath, which is cool. We draw. We can play a land. Gain 4. So that's good. I guess that makes sense. So they don't actually have a rogue though, right? No. So best play might just be Ascetic plus Dauntless Survivor pumping Ascetic. Otherwise they can just double block with the Skulker and the Blood Priest. And then land to gain more life. And pass. Could have also actually pumped my Survivor. That might have been better. Still have quite a bit of life gain we can get. That was a good draw. So now we can at least get in with the Ascetic here. They have to double block in order to kill it. Can gain some more life. We can kill their Gloom Hunter. Could also blow up the bubble snare. I wonder if that's actually better. I mean, they're doing a 6-point life swing here. Yeah, I'd say we probably just get rid of the Gloom Hunter. I could have gone either way there, though, and been happy. I think just getting rid of their flyer is probably wise. That was a good... that was good. We'll see how they block here. This Spikefield Hazard's going to do some serious work for us. Alright, cool. So we get to go to game 3. Oh, let's see. So, I mean, Nectar Pot can gain life. That is good, but doesn't really help us with our adventurers. Brute helps us with our adventures, but it doesn't really get as big as Scythecat. But then again, Scythecat's a little bit of a liability because they do have Subtle Strike in there. They used it in game 1. I'm still happy with the spare supplies. I feel like card advantage is just a way to overcome what our opponent's doing. I could drop a survivor for a brute. They have 2 1s and 2 2s. Oh, alright. I'll do it. I don't know if it's actually better or not, but we'll find out. Like I said, the Blight Blades, I guess, are a little bit of a liability against the Subtle Strike, but they're also kind of essential with the Rabid Bites and the Colony Ambushes. This hand's a keep. Good hand. We've got the Reclaim the Waste too, so that's nice. We're going to have to start it off with an ambush, but it's okay. And follow up with a Spikefield Hazard too. Or maybe not. That's interesting. I think I actually will play the... I have a choice here. So we have the Pathway too. We need the 4th mana to do the Reclaim. The question is, do I just want to play a Mountain here and leave up Hazard? You know... That's probably okay, actually. And the reason that it's okay is... Now I can kill X1s, which is nice. But I can also still play a Scythecat and possibly play Reclaim the Waste. Well, I want to find my 4th color before... Okay. So now we're just a white mana away. So I think we do the Scythecat. We don't have to kick Reclaim either, which is nice. So let's do... let's get the blue mana. Play the Scythecat and then pass. I guess they can't attack with Relic Golem anyway, so... Or block, for that matter. Alright. Guess have the Hazard for that. Looks like they're going to do Subtle Strike now, though, which makes sense. So they'll Subtle Strike, but we'll find our 4th mana for Omnath. Hopefully get that online. I hope they wait until my turn. If they do that, we can punish them. That's actually good news. So we'll reclaim, we'll get our white mana. Because I'm pretty sure they're gonna subtle strike here. So we'll hazard in response. That's interesting. Huh. Guess we pass. I feel like they have it. They're just wanting to get our blight. Like, I'm not sure what's... It's just weird. I'm gonna kill this now. I don't actually care about playing Omnath here either. The nice thing is you immediately get a land. So, or get another card, I should say. But I get to play Omnath, draw. They kill it. Doesn't matter. We already got our value. We get to draw. You get it's a built-in 2-for-1. No problem. Yeah. You got removal. Doesn't matter. We're still looking good. So I can reclaim here. Find our second red. I'm kind of okay with that. It lets us... What does it let me do next turn if I don't kick this? I can play the red mana, so then I'll have 6 lands. Play this. I can do this plus this, so that's probably worth it. So we'll get our second red land here. Omnath just doing its job. Doing exactly what we want it to do. What do we got? 6 cards in our graveyard? Alright. Even if they kill Scythecat, they're still 1 card short of 8 cards in the yard. So we'll go Visionary first here. They know about the mountain though, so we'll have to keep that in mind. I guess we'll go for it. I'm doing it before attack in case they have a Nirvana Skydancer. Alright, so they did have the Subtle Strike, which is just so odd to me. I feel like they must have drawn it. I really don't know. But very, very odd to me that they have it. So now they can get in for 7. Which is going to be a tougher race for sure. But still can potentially do this. Six, 7 mana, so I can play this. Still can't do that. Two cards left in their hand. I think we just go Adventure. And go land and pass. Yeah, we really didn't want him to have that. And the only reason I played the land is because we didn't see Mind Drain in the first 2 games, and playing the land there would have actually let me go Adventure plus Visionary if I drew another land. So it was kind of important, unfortunately. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. So now we're in a bit of a tight spot because Do we still have Leyline Tyrant at least? Yeah, we still do. We lost our Turn Timber Symbiosis. So we're going to have to chump now if we don't draw any action. We did get the Tyrant, which is nice. But I think they got us. Do we sell Broken Wings? Broken Wings would do it, I think. All right. We'll see for round 3. All right, round 3. I guess this is a keep. It looks okay. No attacks, so we'll just do this. And I guess we'll reclaim for white because we have 2 blue. Kind of want to play Veteran Adventurer next turn, but nah, it doesn't matter. We can play Visionary next turn if they trade. I'm okay with that. They don't even want to, so I'm alright with that too. Alright, well, best use of mana would be Visionary, but we'll just drop another Adventure and get in for a bunch here. Not sure why they're not trading. Alright, so we beat the mana screwed opponent. We don't know what their second color is, though. Just saw a Charix and a Stonework Pack Beast. Guess they could be mono blue. Not enough information to sideboard into anything, so I think we'll just run it back. This hand's not great, but I guess we keep it. Hopefully rip some lands. If we don't, we may have to... I mean, I kind of want to hold out to kick the Reclaim the Waste if we can. Alright, that was a good rip. So now we can at least play the Blightblade. Have Rabid Bite. We're 1 land from a kicked Reclaim the Waste, which will let us find 2 red for Leyline Tyrant. Sure. Alright. I think I'm actually just going to do Reclaim now. This gives us guaranteed Baloth next turn, which is good. and then we can wildfire to find more land if we need to. Ambush is cool. So we can reclaim again. Call the ambush while they're tapped out. That probably makes the most sense. So let's call the ambush. Oh, it costs 2 extra to do too, huh? I see. Alright, well, in that case, I guess we kick. We'll get a red mana and a white mana. And I guess we'll get in. So they have 2 islands. Main phase, Sky Dancer. I guess that makes sense to get 8 cards in the yard. Mucklord, huh? 1 card left. We still have Omnath in here, though, which is good. So, they know about this. Can ambush the Charix and get in if we want. Otherwise, we can just play the Tyrant now, and it holds... I feel like the Tyrant's kind of important. Especially if they don't have removal, because we want to prevent some flying damage to ourselves here, so... I'd rather kick a Gnarlid Colony. I guess we'll just hang out. Alright. I think we're okay then. Now we're looking pretty good. They want to give us a free... I don't know what advantage they'd get out of a counter here. They could put it on the Sky Dancer, I guess. I don't think that is going to do as much as they want it to, though. Yeah, especially if they put it on the Sky Dancer, yeah. So now... So we can attack with the Tyrant. See how they block. Can ambush the... Yeah. Alright. Now we're looking pretty slick. We still have our red mana up too, so... Even if they find a kill spell for it. Largely irrelevant. They want to trade their 8/6 for our 1/1. I'm okay with that. So, guess best use of mana is the... Oh wait, did I not float my red? I feel like I did not float my red. And I needed to. It's not like game breaking or anything, but certainly would have helped. I mean, I might as well sandbag, I guess, in case of Mind Drain. Let's see, it looks like they got Blood Beckoning or Thwart. Okay. Oh, there goes Omnath and Turn Timber. Symbiosis, as it turns out. So we'll float our red. Turn Timber Ascetic is cool. We can get another red mana. Might as well. Turn off full control. Do we even have... We have one left. All right, that's good. We draw. Oh, we can play this and get another red. I don't think we're in a huge rush here to... I think we just keep floating red, actually. So next turn with this 3, I'll be at 4. I can have 8 floated off Leyline Tyrant. So once it gets to the point of being lethal, I can just attack with it, and they basically have to just chump or find another means to deal with it, like Bubble Snare or something like that. Alright, so you can just play Ascetic without tapping any red. No! There's auto tap for you. That's not how I want you to do the mana. So how do I make it so it doesn't use the red? Does anybody know? Let's do full control. Does it let me choose? There we go. No red. I want to use this, that, and this. There we go. Perfect. Could have had them dead if auto tap was so costly. So costly here. So costly. So I think they're still dead. They need to have another creature. And even if they do have another creature, we still just attack with everything. And they have slightly awkward blocks, I guess. So that's kind of cool, actually, because now we can give trample. Yeah, this is actually interesting. I may actually want to give the counter to the Blightblade because Death Touch Trample. That actually makes sense. So that should be lethal. They have to have removal, and if they do have removal, they have to double block Blightblade because of Death Touch Trample. Well, they're tapped out, so they're certainly dead now. Alright, looks like we got there. So, despite me doing everything in my power to make what should have been an easy game hard, I still get the victory, so that's cool. So we ended up going 2-1. And it was an interesting deck. We got to play Omnath. Got to win a game with Omnath. Lost the match, but that's okay. Got to try something interesting. Hope you folks enjoyed it. We will see you for the next one.